What's up, guys? Back with another video on my 2000 extended cab 5-speed rust bucket Silverado. So you saw in the last video I got all the stuff ripped off the outside. So in this video I'm going to share a couple tips and tricks, things I like to use to get the double-sided tape off. Sorry if there's a little wind noise. So this is what it looks like after I got all the stuff ripped off. We'll go around to the driver's side now. This is what it looks like after I got all the double-sided tape off. So I do still have to clean it up a little bit. I'll go over that in a little while, but just gave it a little wash. So as you can tell, there's a ton of double-sided tape that I need to get off. So I'm going to get out of the wind now, put it in the shop. I'll get started talking about what I'm going to do. Alright, she's in the shop now. Just a couple things I want to mention in case you missed it. I do want to get a used rust-free box. I do have some 03 taillights to go on there. I think I'm going to hold off though because dirt just goes up in there and goes right into the back of the taillights. So I'm going to hold off on those even though these are so ugly I can hardly stand it. But I also do have some 03 cat eye fenders to go on. I am going to do the cat eye swap. Just have to get the rest of the parts. But just thought I'd mention those things before I get started. Alright, here's what I like to use to remove the double-sided tape. A drill and a 3M adhesive remover wheel, sometimes called a stripe-off wheel. This is a brand new one, and this is one that was not brand new when I started, but I did the whole driver's side with this one. Also like to use 3M general purpose adhesive cleaner, adhesive remover, and it comes in this little metal can with a tip like that. I usually put it in a little spray bottle like this. Makes it a lot easier. So like I said, I used the top one to do the whole driver's side, and that's all the stuff you see here. But that's about how much it took to do that off of a brand new one. So this is probably the most expensive way you can do it, and it's also probably the fastest and easiest. So I know not everybody has a drill, but a lot of people do. But if you have to buy a drill, I don't know, $100 or whatever. The eraser wheel is about $45 for one. General purpose adhesive cleaner is about $25 for a can like this, I believe. A cheaper alternative would be doing it by hand without the eraser wheel. It takes a lot longer and you're gonna ruin your hand. It's not gonna feel very good. Alternative to this would be Goo Gone or anything other stuff like that, cheaper. Goo Gone, maybe like $7 to $10 for a bottle. But this stuff works really well, and it works a lot faster than Goo Gone. First of all, I want to show you guys how to remove this stuff by hand the easiest way. So it's really going to depend on the age and the thickness of the tape that's left. So as you can see, this tape here is a lot thinner than up here. So for example, if I had like my 2017 Silverado and I pulled the back bow tie off the tailgate, I could get that piece of adhesive off probably in one piece fairly easily. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do that, and it does work pretty good. Just depends on the age and everything, like I said. So I know not everybody has a heat gun, but I know a lot of people are going to have access to a hair dryer or whatever. So I use a heat gun, heat it up a little bit. I'll show you guys what to do. So I'm going to see if I can get this to work. It doesn't always work the way it should, but as you can see here, you get it started like this and then pull in line with the truck. So if you pull it the long way like this, you can see it comes off fairly easily and it leaves it completely clean underneath. So you just gotta have it started on the end and pull it like this. As you can see, this stuff is pretty old, so it does break pretty easily. So just as an example, you can see you just grab it like this and pull it, it's gonna break. So what you gotta do is get it started like that and then pull along the vehicle like this. Like I said, it's made to come off like that, comes off completely clean underneath. Just depends, like I said, on the age and the thickness of it, of how easy it's going to come off. As you can see, I got it to work pretty well there. Got a nice piece off by hand. It doesn't work too bad, like I said. So there you go, that's what it looks like taken off by hand. So the heat does really help it a lot. And as you saw, that only took me about, I don't know, 20 seconds to pull that little piece off. Came off clean. It's pretty easy to do. I want to give you guys another angle at that. I got my head mount GoPro on, so you can see a little better. Give you one more look at that. Like I said, just get it started like that. You pull horizontal like that. Takes a little practice to not get it to break. If you get a thick part like this, you can see works really nice. Pulling horizontal along the side of the vehicle. Like I said, that little bit of heat makes all the difference. Here you go. Got a pretty long piece, broke a few times, but like I said, pretty easy to do that way. And that's how that works. Alright, so we're going to move on to the cleanup of those areas that I did by hand. So you can see I did right here and that little piece and over there. So there's a little tiny bit of adhesive left, like on the edge. So I'm going to take some of our adhesive remover, a little spray bottle, an older microfiber that you probably don't care about because it's going to get a little bit of adhesive on it. So just spray a little bit on there. There we go. So spray a little on there. Just let it sit for a few seconds. Alright, here's my eraser wheel attached to my drill. So I'm going to show you how to use this. I have the drill in forward, and then if I want to start on this end, obviously I'm going to start on this end if I want it in forward and work that way. So as you can see, it's turning into the tape, and that's how I like to do it. I'm sure you could go like this and do it too, but I just find it seems to work better like this, starting from this end and work that way. So with these, you don't have to go fast. Put the drill in low. I'll show you that it does work as well going slow. There you go, there's just an example of what it looks like. Had the drill in low, so it's going pretty slow, and it's literally not even hot at all, barely even warm. So it's not going to wreck the paint with heat, and it doesn't. It's made not to wreck the paint, obviously. That's what it's for. So I'll show you what it looks like going a little faster. There's what it looks like going a little faster. Still barely even warm to the touch, so it's not going to wreck the paint at all. So another example, I'll just show you what it looks like to remove this side badge here. It was a 1500 badge. It's a little bit bigger than this row of tape here, so I'll just show you what that looks like here. I like to go up and down. It's easier to see what's going on rather than just go straight across and you don't really know what's going on. You could miss spots. So you just show you what this looks like here. There you go. I didn't quite get it all, as you can see, but that took about 20 seconds or whatever. So it's really fast. Does make quite a bit of mess, but works awesome. So I easily could have pulled that strip off by hand, but I just wanted to demonstrate what that looked like, doing the whole way. So it is pretty fast, does make quite a bit of mess like I said, but it is a little bit faster than doing it by hand. So at this point, after you did that with the eraser wheel, you're going to do the same thing I did after I did it by hand. Spray a little adhesive remover on there. After you let it sit for a while, just come back with your microfiber. Wipe the rest off. Like I said, if you take your time, you can get 99% of it off, but as you can see here, it's a little bit of a ghost badge there yet. What I would do if this was a really nice truck at the moment, which it's not, I would take my polisher, go over it with some buffing compound and a more strong pad, and then finish it off with some polish and a finer pad. But as you can see there, got 99% of it off, and that's where I'm going to leave it with this truck for now. So the last thing I want to show is how I'm going to get this giant strip off down here. So I learned a couple things doing the other side first. I'm not even going to bother trying to get it off by hand because it's so thin. So I'm taking my eraser wheel. There's kind of a line broken in here already. So I'm just going to cut that in half all the way across and then do the top half and the bottom half separately. So it's going to be a lot easier than doing the whole thing. So I'll just show you a little bit of that now. I'm not going to show the whole thing as it would take forever. So there you go, I just split it in half, and then I can do the top half and the bottom half separately. A lot easier than doing it all at once. So just for reference. That's what it looks like. Have to do that all the way across. It does go pretty fast, but it's a lot of work and it kind of hurts your hand after a while holding the drill like that. Alright, now that you guys know my few little tips and tricks that I like to use to get this stuff off, just going to continue on, get the rest of it off. I'll check back in when I get it done, but as you can see here, the floor is already covered in junk, and that was only a little bit, that little 1500 badge and stuff, so I'll check back in a little while after I get the stuff off. That's all there is to it. Alright, got all the double-sided tape off. The tailgate all cleaned up. Just got to go over this side a little bit. I guess the other side too. Got to go over both sides. The adhesive remover to get it all cleaned up. Looking a lot better without all that tape on there. And there you go, that's what came off of it. That's a lot of double-sided tape. It's a lot of work. Took about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, just for one side. So like I said, this was not brand new when I started, but that's about how much I used. As you can see there, it got a little off center, so they're getting a little close. But I was able to finish the whole thing with this. I did not have to use the new one. So both sides, all the doors, everything, tailgate, all the pinstripe and all that, I got all that done with this one wheel. So I think it's definitely worth 45 bucks. Save a lot of time, a lot easier to do that way. Alright, got her all done for now. As you can see, I got the really nice fender flares back on there. A little walk around here, put some back to black on the bumpers. Because is it even a used vehicle if there's not white dots from polishing all over it? Got the flares back on there. All the double-sided tape off from the moldings and everything. Like I said, I'm going to hold off on the taillights for now, just so I don't pack the dirt back in the backs of them and ruin them before I even get the truck looking halfway decent. So hold off on the taillights for now, but looking a little better at least. If you happen to miss me mentioning it twice now, I do plan to get a new bed, rust-free bed, and I already have fenders off of an 05 and do the cat eye swap. And then I'll be left with the rocker rust. Alright, there she is. Looking a little better. Stay tuned for the next videos. Cat eye swap, hopefully. Hopefully I find a new bed. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.